We're going to switch gears here because we do have some sad news to report. Rapper DMX has passed away after complications following a heart attack. He was 50 years old. His family confirmed his death at a New York hospital today. In a statement, they said Earl was a warrior who fought till the very end. He loved his family with all of his heart, and we cherish the times we spent with him. Such a tragic story. Since his accident, he's been in a vegetative state on life support. I can't even imagine what his family members must have been thinking, because ultimately, they're the ones that are going to have to make that decision. But knowing that the doctors said, Al, he is brain dead, he's not, and I'm saying this respectfully, this is exactly what the doctor said, he is brain dead and he's not going to recover. But as a family member, you always want to hold out hope.
Of course, because you do hear the stories about miracles, and if you know DMX in his career, he's a person that's just overcome everything, and just no doubt on the hip hop Mount Rushmore, back before hip hop was like palatable to the country, when kids like me bought the CD and listened to it while his mom was in TJ Maxx. Like DMX holds a different place in our hearts and our memories. And you know, there was somebody earlier, Erica, that commented like, oh, you shouldn't joke about crack because we don't talk about things like that. DMX talked about the pain. He talked about his addictions, about his demons, and the reason he resonated with people is because he did that. He didn't hide that. So that's why I say to that person and to everybody, this is why artists talk about things that are difficult to talk about through their art.
Well, I think much to that same conversation earlier when we were talking about the time, there are people who are still dealing with the crack epidemic in real time. We've seen this video that's been circulating of DMX talking about the first time he was introduced to crack. He was tricked into using by someone who he trusted, who was an older man in his community when he was 14 years old, who put the crack into a marijuana or into a joint. So it wasn't as though he even intentionally decided to smoke crack. And for a lot of us who understand what the crack epidemic did, that was in the height between the 80s and 90s, the height of the crack epidemic, and how that had a continuing effect on our loved ones. Many of us have lost loved ones due to the crack epidemic, and that is very much a long-standing journey. So when we have these conversations about, is it okay to joke about crack, I think that this is a really great example of why the time is not now. And also the fact that he was a reflection of his community and all of those experiences when rap had gone in a very sleek and polished direction. So there is a whole community that is reeling right now because he represents them, their struggles, and anything that has really touched him has also touched his community and his fans. So a lot of people are mourning his loss.
I know, and our thoughts and prayers to his family. I can't even imagine. May he rest in power. We will be right back.